So I just got back from a trip to Lidl. I just popped in because I always still like to check the app, even though I've started to shop at Tesco's a bit more. So quickly checked the Lidl app, and there was a £2 coupon on there, and I also had discounts on a few other bits that we needed. I'll show you what else I got in a second, but I haven't seen one of these veg boxes for probably getting on for a year, but I'm thinking it's because I don't get there early enough. I got there early this morning because I was out and about early, and they had a couple of veg boxes left, so I quickly did like a supermarket sweep type thing around the store because I didn't want anyone else to grab it before I got there. I nearly asked them if they could set it aside, but I did think that was a little bit cheeky. So I quickly rallied around the store, grabbed the few bits that I wanted, and then quickly got to the checkout, and there's one left. So I was like, please may I grab the veg box? These are £1.50. Can you believe it? £1.50 for all of this. And I thought we could have a look through it together. So instantly I saw the aubergine. I have not cooked with aubergine for a while, but I instantly thought moussaka. We all love moussaka in this house, well, apart from my youngest. So I'm going to make a moussaka, which I am very excited about. So there are 4 aubergines. They're beginning to go a little bit wrinkled, but they will be absolutely fine for a while longer. And then loads and loads of carrots, so they will stay fresh for a long time. There's no mega rush to use those, although I might make a soup if I get the time. And we've got some parsnips as well, so they're always good for soups and things, aren't they? Is that a sweet potato? Gosh, I should know that, shouldn't I? Yeah, that's a sweet potato. Oh, dropped it, and gosh. So a couple of sweet potatoes. Oh my goodness, I am absolutely over the moon with this veg box. Courgettes can be expensive, so I don't tend to, we're missing a bit of broccoli there as well. Head of broccoli. Yeah, so I don't tend to buy courgettes unless they're in season, because they are quite pricey. Actually, even in season, I think they're quite pricey sometimes. I've got a green pepper, so I can make another bean chili. Oh my goodness, I am absolutely thrilled with this. I'm gonna have to start going into Lidl earlier in the morning, I think, to snap these up. So many peppers. Oh my gosh, can you believe all of this for £1.50? Do let me know in the comments if any of you managed to get these veg boxes. How amazing are these? I've got a lemon, which I could always just have like lemon and hot water. I like to have that in the morning sometimes. And it's something my grandma always used to have, hot water and lemon. So yeah, it's really good for you. Or I could make like a lemon drizzle cake or something maybe. Got some chilies. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping all this veg on the floor. That's not good, is it? It's all rolling. There's so much of it, it's rolling everywhere. Got some red chilies, got some red potatoes. Oh my goodness. Got all these tomatoes. They're absolutely fine. I haven't found any mouldy bits yet. Lots of chilies, loads of potatoes. Look at all these peppers. Gosh, that's a diddy one, isn't it? A little baby pepper. Plenty of potatoes and red potatoes. I'm thrilled with this. Oh my gosh. Plenty of potatoes. Hello, Teddy. Yes, we can hear you. Teddy's saying hello. Little baby courgettes, I'm guessing. Yeah, guessing these are they? Yeah, I think so. Oh my goodness. I can't believe how much produce I've got here for £1.50. How incredible is that? So yeah, I just thought I'd pop on and show you. Yeah, do let me know if you ever pick up these veg boxes, or, you know, whether you've had one before or you've not seen them in your store before. So yeah, really, really happy with that. I'm just going to work out what I'm going to do with it all. So I'll show you the receipt. So yeah, I had a £2 off coupon for Lidl, so I thought make the most of it, and we did need a couple of bits. So we got some orange juice that we run out of, some milk. Their coffee pods are cheaper than in Tesco, so I got some of those. The fruit and veg box, £1.50, and with the coupon I got another 25 pence off that, so £1.25 for all of that. Absolutely crazy. How like wonderful is that? I was naughty, bought some Cadbury mini eggs because it's the cheapest that I found them anywhere, £1.49, and with the 25 pence off with the £2 coupon, got the milk, had 15% off Greek yogurt, so I got one of those. We needed a lettuce, and I got a cucumber, which had 12p off with a £2 coupon, and another 13p off because I had 15% off. So yeah, really pleased with my little trip to Lidl today. We are going to just keep a little bit of money aside each month for bits and pieces at Lidl. Just, you know, make the most of it when we can, because some of their prices, you know, and these discounts and coupons and things are absolutely incredible. And just to try and find more of these veg boxes, I'm just going to have to go in early and try and source them as often as I can. And then yeah, we're doing the rest of our shopping at Tesco's because as you may have seen on my last video, we're just getting a really good amount of cash back. So with EverUp, so let me know if you've joined EverUp. I am just really pleased with the cash back. It's amazing. So we got as you may have seen, about £21 or £21.50 cash back off a £450 gift card. So but yeah, if any of you want any more details on how I do how you kind of navigate the app, EverUp, because I know not everyone's maybe sure on how to use these apps, because I wasn't to start with. I was like, gift cards, but think, how does that work, and when do you get the cash back, how quick it is, but yes, if anyone's got any questions, I can show you how I use EverUp. But yeah, over the moon with all that veg, can't believe it. So I might start prepping some of this up now before any of it goes bad. I think the aubergines are looking the most like in need of some attention. So I think I might actually prep a big batch of moussaka today if I get time. So annoyingly, I've just realised we have no onions in the house. My husband very kindly ended up making the bean chilli. I'm not sure if you saw my last video. I mentioned I was going to do a bean chilli for this week, and yeah, anyway, he ended up making it because I was back late from taking my daughter out somewhere. And I didn't realise he used all of the onions. So I'm gonna have to go out and get an onion for this moussaka. I think I'm gonna do a vegetable moussaka, use all these aubergines, lots of the veggies, the courgettes. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna finish my coffee and then let's make a moussaka. I think that would be really delicious. I'll try and make a huge batch and then get some in the freezer. So I'm here ready with my ingredients. I've got some cheese, olive oil, garlic, tomatoes, lentils, cinnamon, Greek yogurt, eggs. I've got my aubergines here, and then I'm going to use some courgette and some white potatoes. So I'm sorry if you can hear a hum in the background. That is our fridge freezer, so sadly there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm just gonna start off by chopping my garlic and my onions and get those sauteing off. So I have got my garlic, cloves chopped and my onions. I'm having to follow a recipe for this one because I don't know how to make moussaka off by heart. We don't have it very often at all. So I've got a recipe by Taming Twins, which I shall link down below for you in the description box. So yeah, I'll make sure I link that for you. So I'm just going to pop some olive oil in a pan and then saute my onions and my garlic. While the onion and garlic is sweating down, I'm gonna dice up some courgettes, and it says when the onion and garlic are really soft to add the courgettes along with some oregano. So I'm making a veggie moussaka today, just to make sure I use up as many of these veggies in this veg box that I can, just to keep the cost a bit lower. But of course you can use minced beef if you if you wanted to. That would be also be just as delicious. So I'm going to bulk this out a bit with some red lentils, and yeah, lots of lovely vegetables. That's already smelling really nice. So once these onions and garlic have softened, I'm going to pop in the courgettes and some oregano. Right, courgettes are ready to go in. Oh, I love the smell of oregano. Lovely. I sometimes add it to my omelettes with some tomatoes and cheese. A nice cheesy omelette with oregano and tomatoes is absolutely lovely. Then I'm going to add a bit of salt and pepper. So I just quickly thought I would show you the recipe. So olive oil, onion, garlic, courgettes, aubergine, potatoes, tinned and chopped tomatoes, salt, pepper, oregano, red lentils, honey, cinnamon, and then for the topping, ricotta, which I haven't got, so I'm not going to use that, eggs, Greek yogurt, nutmeg, cheddar. Instead of the ricotta, I'm going to use some parmesan, as I had some in the fridge already, so hopefully that will work fine. But yeah, I will link this recipe down below in the description box for you. And back to the veggies. These are all lovely and soft now, so I'm going to add in the tinned tomatoes and the lentils. So added the lentils, given them a little stir, and I'm just going to add in my plum tomatoes. And then I always wash out the tin just to make sure I've got everything out. So add a splash of water, give it a good old swirl around, just so I'm not wasting anything. And then put that in. And I'll just mush the plum tomatoes down a little bit. Of course you can use chopped, but sometimes plum tomatoes are actually a little bit cheaper than chopped. So if I ever see plum tomatoes cheaper, I will get those. So give that all a stir. It's all smelling absolutely amazing. Yes, I've not had an aubergine. I've not had a moussaka for quite some time. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this comes out. As I said, I've never used this recipe before. To be honest, I'm not even sure if I've ever made a vegetable moussaka. If I have, it was a long time ago. I know I've made one with minced beef before. So we need to add a teaspoon of honey. I'm not gonna measure it out, I'm just gonna guess. So that's about a teaspoon, and then a teaspoon of cinnamon. Again, I'm not going to measure it out, I'm just going to guess. So about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Give it another stir, and then I need to slice up my aubergines and get them in the oven for a few minutes. Mix, get the oven on. So the recipe says to slice the aubergine into 2 centimetre rounds, so slices. These aubergines are absolutely fine still to use. Yeah, I don't cook with aubergine very often, do you? But I do absolutely love a moussaka. I tend to have it on holiday because, yeah, I guess it's just one of those things I don't necessarily make at home, because I always think it's going to take quite a long time, or yeah, it's just one I'm not that familiar with, so I don't tend to It's not a recipe I tend to do very often, but I do absolutely love a moussaka. So if this goes well, I'm definitely going to be making it more often. And I think in the past, I'm not sure about you, but I've just been put off using aubergines a little bit, just because I think you used to have to kind of like, didn't you have to like salt them to withdraw some of the moisture and things? But I have actually heard you don't necessarily need to do that now, but why that has changed, I don't know. So if you know, do let me know. And this recipe definitely hasn't asked me to soak or salt the aubergine, so it just says to pop it in the oven. Let's just check what it does say. Arrange your slices of aubergine on a baking tray, drizzle with olive oil and cook in the oven for 20 minutes. So it doesn't mention anything about salting them. So I'm not sure why they used to say to do that. Yeah, do let me know in the comments if you know. Yeah, a couple of little pieces are starting to go a bit brown, but that doesn't bother me. If it does, I suppose you could always trim that bit off. But yeah, I think they're absolutely fine. I'm definitely gonna be using them. Right, so I'm gonna get these on a tray, pop them in the oven for around 20 minutes. I'll be back shortly. So next up, I'm gonna peel my potatoes. And it also says these to slice these into 2 centimetre slices and then boil them for 15 minutes. For the topping, I haven't got everything they asked for. Like I said, they asked for ricotta, but I haven't got that, and I didn't want to have to spend on ricotta. So I'm just using the yogurt, 2 eggs, cheddar, parmesan, and it also asks for nutmeg. I haven't got that either, but never mind. And then 2 eggs without the shell, preferably. So potatoes are nearly ready. They've nearly been cooking for 15 minutes. Got my filling here, and then I just need to whisk up the yogurt, eggs and the cheese. I'm just giving the eggs and yogurt a little whisk, and then I'm going to add my cheeses. So as I say, no ricotta, so I've added extra yogurt, and I'm just going to grate in some parmesan, and then I'm going to also grate in some cheddar. So I am winging this a little bit today, just because I wanted to keep the cost low and just use up the veggies that I've got in the veg box. Make it nice, budget friendly, but yeah, I will link the recipe, so if you want to follow it perfectly, you can do. But I think sometimes it's good to improvise when you can. So that's in. I'm going to grate in my cheddar. Okay, so it's ready to assemble. I'm very excited about this. So I'm just going to put the tomato and veg mixture in my dish. And then I'm going to top it with the aubergines. So they have been in the oven for around 20 minutes. So I'm just going to layer them on top. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to eat this. Oh, these are a bit hot. So maybe let them cool down a bit before popping them on. Not rushing like me. Pop them all on the top. Just about fit. Ouch, burning my fingers. Like so. And then I'm just gonna let my potatoes drain and steam off for a minute or so, and then pop the potatoes on top and then pour the lovely sauce over the top. I'm impatient, so I've not let them cool down very much, so I'm just using some tongs because they are piping hot. And then just layer the potatoes all over the top. Yummy. So my husband's gonna get a nice surprise that I've made this. He loves the moussaka. Yeah, and I've not made one for ages and ages, so I'm really excited to try this. So let's pop all the potatoes on top. And then finally, pour your mixture over the top, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some more grated cheese over, and then we'll get it in the oven. Delicious. And as I haven't got any nutmeg, I'm just gonna sprinkle a tiny bit more cinnamon over the top because I love cinnamon, and then maybe just a little touch more seasoning, a little bit of salt, and a little bit more pepper when I can find the pepper. Here it is. I like lots of seasoning. Hopefully this is going to be a delish. And then a little bit more cheddar cheese all over the top. So this isn't on my meal plan for this week, but I've only done Monday to Friday, as you may have seen on the last video, so we could have this on the weekend. Or just pop it in the, portion it out a little bit and then pop it in the freezer. So I shall see, but I don't think I'm going to be able to resist this once it's out of the oven. So we shall see. Or if I do portion it out, I'm just going to have a little taste, aren't I? I'm going to have to, it has to be done. And I haven't had my lunch yet, so it's going to take some willpower not to give it a try. So I'm just using up the last of the cheese. Pop that on top. And then we are going to get that into the oven. Around 20 minutes at 180 degrees. So I'm just about to get the moussaka out of the oven. So it's smelling absolutely wonderful. And here we go. So I've got 4 portions ready for the freezer. Well, 2 quite large portions and then 2 smaller ones in my great meal prep glass containers that I've mentioned before. These are amazing for batch cooking and prepping and keeping food fresh in the fridge, all the good stuff. So these were from Amazon. I will link them down below in the description box if anyone is interested. And then they've got the plastic lids that go on top. But yeah, highly recommend these. Use them all the time, and they can go in the oven, they can go in the freezer, they can go in the dishwasher. So yeah, absolutely fabulous. And then I've just kept a little bit back here so I can give it a taste test. It's smelling wonderful. I do, however, think I have done the potato slices a little bit too thick, if you can see. Yeah. Yes, I definitely have done the potato slices too thick, so definitely do those a bit thinner. So let's go in and give it the taste test. Oh yeah, that is good. That is really good. I wasn't sure if it would be it's nice without the ricotta and the nutmeg, but that is absolutely delicious. So yeah, big fan of that. So I'm going to get these cooled and in the freezer. I am going to resist eating it this week for dinner because I've already planned and arranged our meal plan. So yeah, once these are cooled, they are going to be tucked away in the freezer. So let's get some of the other veg all prepped before it starts going bad. So I've already filled one of my glass containers with half of the tomatoes, and I'm just going to do the rest, just get them all chopped up and popped in another container ready to make a pasta sauce. If I thought about it, I could have used these tomatoes for my moussaka instead of using up a tin of plum tomatoes, but never mind. This will make a lovely batch of pasta sauce ready for the fridge freezer. And then I've got all of these peppers, so I'm just going to get them all chopped and sliced. And then I'm going to pop some in one of my new, I recently bought some silicone bags just to free up space in the freezer really, and instead of buying more glass containers. And they do take up quite a lot of space, so these are really handy space savers for, you know, prepping maybe some ragu, you know, cottage pies, spaghetti bolognese. You can just freeze it flat, or even just freeze minced beef, just get it in there flat, nice, pop it in the freezer. Yeah, it just takes up less space, and these are really good bags. And then with these, I was trying to decide if they were chilies or just regular peppers. Do let me know. As I started to cut into them, they had no seeds, although peppers still have seeds. Anyway, yeah, I totally confused myself. Not sure if these are just regular red peppers or whether these are chili peppers. So I should know this. I love cooking, so please let me know in the comments. Feeling very silly right now. So they're also going to be popped into the fridge or the freezer. Next up, I'm going to prep these white potatoes, get them all sliced up and into chips into the freezer. So I want to prep as much of this veg as I possibly can, so none of it goes to waste, none of it goes bad. Get it all in the fridge, all in the freezer, ready for future meals. So this is going to stretch so far, all this veg. Yeah, I'm going to just stretch it as much as I possibly can to save us some money in the next couple of weeks and get the freezer and fridge nice and full. So a big old pan of chips. And then I'm going to start prepping the red potatoes. So with these, I'm going to do mash. And again, just get that popped away in the freezer, ready for future meals. So the chips, I'm just going to parboil them just for a few minutes, and then I'm going to cover them in oil and pop them on a baking sheet, which I'll show you in a second. So these red potatoes are all prepped, ready to do some mash. I'm also going to do the same with the sweet potatoes, make sweet potato mash. So the chips are on baking sheets. I've drizzled them with oil, and I'm going to slightly season them, flash freeze them, and then get them into another silicone bag. So I really hope you enjoyed my little cooking session today. Yeah, and do let me know if you managed to get hold of one of these amazing Lidl veg boxes. Absolutely amazing. All of that for £1.50. I just can't believe it. So that's going to save us on veggies and produce for the next couple of weeks. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know also if you've made the vegetable moussaka. Obviously you can also use minced beef, but I just wanted to keep the cost a bit lower and just use up, of course, all the veggies from that amazing veg box today. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you next week.